Welcome to Multiversial, a show where a judge introduces a world that is just like ours, but with one key difference to our two master debaters to argue if it's plausible and how. It's like explaining why you can't go outside if you don't get a COVID shot. I am Deacon. I am your judge today. And allow me to introduce you to our two debaters, the ever lovely Jen and Leia. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Very excited to be here and see what nightmare we get to live in today.
Yeah, his topics are always like that. They're like, what Black Mirror-esque adjacent thing are we going to be unfolding
What
today?
path to war do we get to see?
I mean, look, I like the existential, weird Eldritch universes. They're like my favorite.
Okay, Deacon is what happens if Tim Burton literally writes out a fanfic.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this one I don't think is bad.
Uh-huh.
Let's just stop him at I don't think.
Wow. Rude. All right.
All right, so what we got?
Today's topic is a universe where once you turn 18, you are taken to essentially a hub area and are given the opportunity to shift to a new reality of your choice, even fictional realities. So you could go into anime, you could go into a book series that you like.
So a bunch
go
of
into a video
people
game.
just vanish when they turn 18.
Sounds lit. Okay, can we all we're going to segue from the topic real quick. So, still on topic. What is the one fictional place you would not want to go?
Attack on Titan.
I was literally thinking that or Game of Thrones. And honestly, Attack on Titan's way worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Any zombie scenario.
Yeah, yeah. No, you
Any
already
zombie
had yours.
game.
You had yours.
There's just so many,
Stranger
though.
Things.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one.
Would like to go, like, part of me would like to go to Stranger Things, and then the other part is like, that is a terrible idea. I would immediately be barbed.
Right, the rational part of you finally kicks in.
Yeah, no, I can't talk about why I wouldn't want to go into Attack on Titan as somebody who has seen a good chunk of it and doesn't want to spoil it.
We're all spoiler city, so we're not going to say anything.
But God, no.
But, so, a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have to make this decision right away. You can wait as long as you want before you decide, even years if you want to. But if you can only shift once, and you would be stuck in the new reality that you choose.
Do you
This
have
is a widely known thing.
Yeah,
that
do
people
you have like a support network to, like, are you literally just blinking into that reality with no assets, no nothing? Like, not even a handy dandy Bowie knife.
Also, do people know where you go if you don't tell anyone?
I mean,
So, like, for example,
if you
my
don't tell
sister
anyone,
or
then
brothers.
no.
My sister or brothers. Okay, so if my brothers chose a place and didn't tell me, I'd never be able to follow them, basically. Also, bigger question, how
Yeah.
many people choose to do this, and is the world devoid of anyone older than 18? Also, wait, how are babies born in this world? Wait.
Yo, real talk. I'm gonna be honest. Like this, and it's so funny that the gay man poses this question because any self-respecting queer person, especially like me right now, like say I'm not attached to the hip to you. I love you, sweetie.
Sure. No, it's okay.
But I'd be like, oh, a universe where I'm not gonna be constantly tormented and threatened. Yeah, okay, that one right there. Like, so many people would literally, like, you could tell who lives a privileged life by who answers this, be like, I want to live in the, Pokemon world's really lit.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. This doesn't just extend to, like, our universe either.
Mm-hmm.
This happens across the multiverse. So everywhere.
Who
All of
chooses
them
to come
have this
here?
opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who runs this hub?
Oh, wait, I know who does. That comic strip about those dragons playing, like, what was it? Crap. It's a bunch
They were
of
playing crap?
dragons. No, they're playing, like,
What is type of game?
The speech bubble is, oh no, your wife noticed you. Roll to dodge, or something.
They're playing D&D, but it's mundane.
Yes, it's like it has a fun rhymey name about mundane life.
What it was called? It was something in humans, but I can't remember what it was.
Houses and Humans?
Houses and Humans, it was that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I actually looked it up. It was going to drive me
crazy.
crazy.
It is Houses and Humans. Okay, here's the thing though, right? Like, all I'm thinking about is the overpopulation the Pokemon universe would have is just insane. Everywhere else would be devoid of life, except for, I don't know, the Doomers, the Doom Preppers. I guess they'd all join the zombie ones and die.
You know what though? I would literally be terrified of meeting someone in the hub who's like, you're sitting there in the hub, like imagine it's a really nice place so you could figure it out, and you're sitting there, you're talking to this person, and you're like, so what universe are you thinking about going to? I think I'm gonna go to Pokemon, and they look you dead in the eye and they go, going to the Doom universe, and I'd just be like. Just, like, take the whole bench up and just, like, Men in Black that shit.
Is the Doom universe really that exciting if you're not Doom guy? Isn't it just Earth?
Yeah, but...
I've never actually played, like, Doom, so...
But that's what would be terrifying
about
this
I forgot,
person.
you mentioned... I just realized you mentioned they're in a hub. What happens if people get busy in the hub?
Yeah. Does the hub have, like, food and stuff?
They could be there for years.
Yeah,
so
I'd imagine.
like...
Or you exist outside of time and space where you don't need to eat or age.
So you were at 18, you were shown this hub. You were told that it is here. You can you're told about this opportunity, and then you can go back to your own reality and like think on it.
So it's like a magical train station or something.
Yes. You can go back to your own reality, you can think on it, and then eventually, if you decide that you want to go, you can go back to the hub and you can tell them where you want to go, but it is a one-way trip.
But then you can never go back to the hub
as
again.
Far as the yes. To answer one of the previous questions you asked about, like, do you get things once you get there? You would have to bring your own, like, you would essentially pack your own shit and take it with you.
Okay, so you're not
essentially be starting from scratch in a new universe.
Wait, so you're not immediately whisked away, or like, do you just have to hope you pack a bag and then go to sleep with that bag before you turn 18?
No. So whenever you go to the hub, you're given the opportunity to, like, if you want to make the choice right that instant and just go without any of your stuff, you can do that. But if you want to go back home and, like, think on it and pack up your stuff and then come back, like, the next day, then you could.
All right. So, like, real talk, there's so much to consider there. I just think more people than they'd like to admit would just pack it up.
Oh yeah, that's why I said, like,
oh, I absolutely
I'm sitting here like, how many people would even be born here? And then, like, could you imagine the saps in the Pokemon world? They're like, yeah, I could use a challenge, and then, like, they just completely regret their decisions.
Real talk, then that's how it overloads, and then they no longer have universal healthcare.
But,
is that why the Pokemon universe only gives Pokemon healthcare? Too many humans?
But also think about the Avengers, like, Marvel universe, right? There would be so many just regular civilians that are like, I am so fucking done.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%.
Super villain
you think
bullshit.
you
I'm
think
just gonna go to real regular Earth?
No. 100%. I'm gonna tell you right now. You think the Marvel people are gonna be like that? Nuh-uh. Everyone in Gotham. I would live in the shittiest part of New York, like the shittiest part in Marvel's New York that I would ever step foot in Gotham City.
I'm trying to figure out how things like a Game of Thrones person who doesn't even know, like, what a freaking
fajita is.
What?
What's so spicy?
What? No, I was thinking like a TV and like modern healthcare.
You mean you don't put maggots and leeches on your body?
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm wondering, could you imagine they're like, wait, what are you telling me to do? What do I choose?
So this
And
is
then, like, I can imagine the teenage dipshit who's like being like trying to troll them, and they'll fall for it because they're like in a fantasy setting, so they're like, yeah, what's a lot of fun? The Resident Evil world. I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, that sure. But wait, there's evil? No, it's like opposite day there.
I'd probably end up in a world with furries.
The trolls are who I'm worried about.
Wait. Is it a world that I could get into a polyamorous relationship with the Mothman? Because I think that's a world worth living in.
You'd go to
the
Monster Prom.
universe.
The
Yeah.
Monster Prom, yes. Now, like, this feels like the episode where we talk about where we would go, because, like, 100%, like, I think a majority of people would just choose something.
I just feel like there'd be massive population problems because you're gonna have places where everyone's leaving, and then you wonder, do the people who stay like fix it, or does literally everyone leave? Like, what happens if you decide to go somewhere but everyone left there, and then you're there by yourself, nothing functions anymore? Like, what do?
You have, like, the bleakest look on life. It is terrifying. I look at you and I go, how could someone so cute and adorable have such monstrous points?
I'm not allowed to go outside at night.
Yeah, apparently. Like, I used
I
to
shouldn't
worry
say
about...
I'm not allowed, but it's not safe for me to go out at night.
You may be wondering, the look she's giving me is more of a, I fear for the health and well-being of attackers than I do myself, because I am evil incarnate.
I am in a point of view in society where I usually have to think about my safety first. So
Oh my god. She likes taking...
I gotta tell you though, this would definitely probably prove a lot of paranormal. I don't think you'd have skeptics of anything paranormal at this rate.
Well, we wouldn't know because they'd bow out.
Okay, but if the concept of traveling to another universe exists, you think ghosts don't?
No, but then here's the argument. Well, we're part of the one reality where they aren't. You'd get some fucking SWAT person online who has to just fucking... Could you imagine what Twitter's like? Can we just imagine the hub is like Twitter, where there's a Twitter hub?
Oh no.
Or like a Twitter or a hub Reddit where it's like, so I'm trying to figure out if I should leave this plane of reality, and they're like, do it, you fucking nerd. Do it. You're like, well, I don't know if I want to leave my family and friends. Your family doesn't love you. That's why you're even on this board. Yeah, LOL. Oh my god, it would be a cesspool.
But to add to things really quickly,
Yeah.
So if you go to a place that has like like special abilities and things like that, like you would gain whatever like abilities and stuff like were available in that universe. So if you went to Skyrim, you would be able to learn magic, or
and then like you've always posed these weird like things like, what would you choose? Would you push the buttons to like me, Deacon? And I'm like, I'm always going to choose the reality where I'm not in this body, you fucking nerd.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, if you went to, say, My Hero Academia universe, you would gain a quirk. Like,
Yeah, and you know what my luck would be? My quirk is that my fingernails grow back real quick.
Wait. So we adapt to whatever it is?
yes.
So if someone without superpowers came here, they'd lose their superpowers.
They would lose their superpowers.
I could see so many people who have shitty superpowers just going, you know what? I want an even playing field.
Rogue would come here.
Oh god, 100% Rogue would. That was the thing that I laughed so hard about in the X-Men film. Spoilers for a 20-year-old film. Where they were like, oh, they have a cure for us. There's nothing to cure, Rogue. And it's like, ah, yes, the woman who's literally revered as a goddess amongst her people, who brought the waters of life, tells the girl who could touch someone and they die that she doesn't need the cure. Rogue would 100% just be like, no, you're my family, but peace the fuck out. I want to wear a goddamn skirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, they, like you said, I mean, if they came here, they would lose any abilities that they had. So for somebody who was just like, I just want a normal life, like I want to be done with all of this, I just want to go back to a normal life.
All right, better question though. Can they choose somewhere to live other than America?
I mean, they would just come to this universe. They would be able to choose like where they go. They're like deposited into like one main area. And then they can choose where to go once they actually get to the universe. It's like a universal travel airport of sorts.
Got it. So I'm a level with you, and because now I'm gonna say the creepy thing. Serial killers at a young age. Now they're rare, but God, man, imagine all the serial killers or whatever, or the murderers, or the like these people.
What's the thing? Is there like a steward where they can ask questions? Because could you imagine they're just like, in which universe has the worst police force? Would you say a lot of crime rate going on there?
The Hannibal universe.
Like legit.
It's the Hannibal universe. Any universe that has a horror movie attached to it.
Could you imagine the person who goes to like the Friday the 13th universe just to like literally, which by the extension is the Nightmare on Elm Street universe. They just go there to be as an observer, living a few towns over, and just be like, I'm just gonna read the paper. I'm just curious to see what happens.
Like I said, the Scream universe, like Scream is constant with like copycat killers of the originals. Like,
I've never watched the movies or series.
I'm shocked at that.
What? Scream?
That you've never seen any of them.
I've never, I never really was into slashers. There was that stint where we really watched like all the Jason ones because they were funny, but
I have one of my guilty pleasures is watching trashy slasher films. They're so bad.
I don't go to a topic, but a lot of times I don't like it because they start getting like really depressing because you're just watching a bunch of people scream as they die, and I'm like, okay, like I dig the cool killer and all, but like
Well, I mean, Scream was originally, while it is a slasher flick, it was also originally a parody of Halloween. So in and of itself, like, because they have the whole thing where it's like, these are the rules of horror movies, and if you break any of these rules, you're probably going to die. Like that's where all that originated, and like Scream was always a parody of like horror movies or slasher flicks as a whole.
You know what would be what's really going to be fucking hilarious is you'd see a whole bunch of people be like, you know what, I'm going to go to the zombie apocalypse world. I can manage. And they clearly could not manage.
I could see. Yeah, no, that's great. Well, that was what I was saying about the Doom preppers. But also, like, I could see, you'd start having, like, people making a career of trying to crack the code of how to, like, multiversal travel.
Yeah. That is fair.
Now, I will pose the question. What if somebody is in the what if somebody is in the like zombie apocalypse universe and they get bitten, but then they turn 18 and then they go to this hub world?
Woof. That is like a scary, like...
I mean, you make that decision real quick. You ask, what universe doesn't have zombies in it? And that's where you go. And then you've saved yourself.
Yeah, because by that law, you can't. Remember, it doesn't have that...
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't instantly turn. It's usually something slow, you kind of die, or... I think the fastest one was, like, what was that movie? 23 Days or something, or...
Oh, 28 days later.
28 days later. That was the quickest zombie turn I've seen. So as long as it's not that one, you usually have a pretty good window.
Yeah, because that's like on contact.
Yeah, it's like an immediate like, well, I've gone
Which
crazy.
is like the new Back for Blood game where it's like a little worm that jumps in your
Oh
eye.
yeah.
Be like, can we
such
have
a
like a
that one.
world with no parasites, please?
Oh, Resident Evil's pretty quick to the Las Plagas anyway. But for the most part,
is pretty
yeah,
fast.
the Las Plagas is pretty fast. But for the most part, you know, I have a question. If a monster's about to tear you limb from limb and you turn 18, does the monster teleport with you and you've brought a monster to the hub?
No,
like if
because
things are touching you, does that count?
No, it's just you.
It's just you.
So everybody's naked.
I was gonna make that joke.
At least they're legal. It'd be real cringe if it wasn't.
I would say if they have the technology to get people to this place, they probably have the technology to teleport their clothes with them. But like, if there is another like organic being,
God,
that
like
is-
we posed this question, but like nerds would just fuck this up. Like and like, yo, I'm a nerd. I love nerdy shit. But how many idiots would go, I choose Star Wars? And I'm like, no, honey, you don't want to do that. You really don't. You do not want to choose Star Wars as the place.
Is it because they're always at war?
Yeah, basically. The Star Wars had this like brief, like, oh, you know what? This was like a millennium of peace and relaxation. But every 1,000 years out of their whole fucking history was not war. The rest is super war.
All right, well, can you choose that 1,000 years? Can you choose the time period?
No, you'd probably be living. Yeah, can you choose the
wouldn't
time
be able
period?
to you wouldn't be able to choose the time period.
Whatever the time equates
You'd
to your
just be
time
stuck
now.
with whatever time period. Yep.
Oof. Man, that's definitely rough.
Could you imagine the person who's like, I want to go to Inuyasha World, and then they go there and then they get trapped in fucking feudal Japan?
Yo, some people would like that.
Yeah, I mean, I assume if they're picking Inuyasha, that's where they want to get stuck, not in present day. I haven't really watched Inuyasha, but yeah, they may as well just ask to go to Japan at that point, right? If they were looking for present day Inuyasha.
I mean, that's fair. You probably do want to get stuck in like the feudal Japan with Inuyasha and Koga and everybody, but yeah.
Yeah. There's just so many.
Man, but also, like, what happens if you pick a setting?
How meta is it? How meta is it that we have a show about like infinite different universes, and this topic, this universe that I'm talking about right now, has multiple universes in it?
Oh, you think you're so clever. And you are, but you think it.
Infinity Box. No, but I was like, wait, okay, so if time is like linear through all dimensions and you can't go backwards or forwards in it through this little loop thing, like, what happens if you choose a setting? Like, you choose, I'm gonna go with Resident Evil. Or, I can't think of another one where it ends, right? Like, what is a show or a fictional show where the situation doesn't go well and the world ends? Is there one?
Wasn't that the God, what is that thing by Douglas Adams? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Wasn't that one?
I mean,
Well, the Earth gets
technically,
destroyed, but
you
no.
also have like, I mean, could the people who decide to go to outer worlds?
No, I was just thinking, like, I guess I will go with Resident Evil. Resident Evil, the world doesn't end, but, like, it could have, right? It could have had a global catastrophe, and life as we know it could have ended in Resident Evil. Let's say it did. Let's say you're someone who didn't play or watch all of Resident Evil, so you're like, well, I kind of liked it there, let's go there. But everything's destroyed. What happens to you then? Do you just die?
So basically, DC and Marvel universes you shouldn't touch with like a hot fucking like iron at all.
With
You
all
should
the
just-
reversal of time and Flashpoint and
Yeah, basically.
constantly restarting.
like I said, basically, like
I just realized we keep touching fictional ones. Can you just say, like, give me a random one with breathable air? Can you, like, roulette it?
I mean, technically, if you wanted to just do a roulette, you could just be like,
That's a
what,
terrible idea.
random. It would be terrible.
It's a
'cause
terrible
you don't know
idea,
where
but
you would end up, but
because I realize that's out of fiction. Like, there's no guide to other universes. I'm guessing, right? So, I mean, if you don't know what exists, you wouldn't be able to pick going there.
yeah, not really.
So every universe
and it
outside
could
of
just
ours,
be-
who knows other universes exist, they have an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, and like our universe, it could be a universe that is exactly like ours, but like a step off, right? Like
Yeah,
instead of it being,
like some of the stuff we pose here.
where the butterfly effect
Yes.
happened.
Wait, I know
Yes,
where
like-
I would go. I would go to episode 2 with all the elephant waiters.
Yeah, that's a good one. You and I sipping mimosas while they hand it to us via trunks, and
Yes.
Deacon's just like, you
Yes.
fucking bitches.
I don't know. I would go to Furry World. But no,
I'd
like,
also go to a place where I could have housing that was alive.
God, that episode. But no, like I said, you could choose wherever you wanted to go, and then you would gain abilities. So like I said, I mean, you could get a quirk at a My Hero Academia, or you could I guess go to like Bleach World or Naruto or some shit. It'd be interesting, but you would be stuck in whatever world you go to. Which world would you want to be stuck in?
I mean, again,
permanently?
I mean Pokemon, because I get cute pets. There's a really crappy terrorist organization who sucks at their job, but like I get healthcare, and strangers will help me out knowing I'm on a Pokemon adventure, so that's neat.
You could just go into random people's houses.
Yeah, like I barely need money to survive there. Like it just seems lit.
To be fair, you could also go into anyone's housing in a Dragon Quest game, a Final Fantasy world, a Witcher. Witcher's one.
Not going to live in The Witcher.
God, right?
But I mean, Animal Crossing could be fun.
You'd get to own a house in that one.
That's
You could
true.
just- all you do is decorate and just kind of relax, hang out with your buddies. You don't necessarily have you could just go catch bugs and sell them for bells.
It's hard to
Not
picture
much to
something like
worry
Animal
about.
Crossing, because Animal Crossing doesn't have the same structures as reality. Like, I think about food, for example. Pokemon's got some lit food.
But to be fair, any Japanese anime-inspired thing has lit food.
However, do keep in mind that in Pokemon they eat Pokemon.
Oh,
So-
boo
I
freaking
mean,
who.
I'll-
We eat animals.
Right, I'm already, like, a carnivore, so it's fine. Or an omnivore.
You're
but
an omnivore.
I say carnivore because this is going to be taken out of context. I enjoy my meat, okay?
Yes, she does.
Shut up.
I mean, that's true. I just, Pokemon are super cute, and I don't know if I would have the
So
heart.
are animals!
I mean, some animals aren't really that cute, though.
Most animals are cute, Deacon.
Have you ever seen a bulldog?
Yes, they're an ugly kind of cute.
Oh, 100%.
I hate bulldogs.
Man,
Well,
you're
they
gonna
have a
like...
they have a bulldog Pokemon!
What's really great is there was gonna be somebody in our comments, I guarantee you, some like wealthy philanthropist who was like, I like their product. Oh, I'm sorry. Bulldogs? Looks at their French bulldog. Don't worry, Missy. That fucking scrub won't get a penny of our amassed wealth.
My God.
And I'm literally gonna, be like, Deacon, now we have to go to another goddamn universe. Thank you very much.
Darn.
A universe where Deacon doesn't hate bulldogs.
A universe where Deacon hasn't ruined our podcast.
A universe without clowns.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
yes, please. For Leia, it's just like a universe without spiders.
Yeah, that's definitely up the top. Okay, so what you can remove? I feel like we should say the one thing we would remove from this universe.
What?
Capitalism.
That's the universe we go to. The one we remove one thing from this universe, and that's our new
Capitalism.
universe. What were you saying?
Yeah, capitalism. I agree.
Capitalism. I was gonna be like bigots, but then y'all posed a good one with capitalism. And then the monkey's paw curls, and it's like, welcome to anarchy.
Yes, comrade.
We
Anyway.
talk about how comrade is such a cool word, but we can never use it because people get all booty bothered.
But I think we've been yammering on.
I mean, hence the point of the podcast, but yes.
For, do you think that this universe would be feasible, first of all?
By the parameters you set, yes, very feasible because there's just like a...
No. It's fantastical. I could see it in a YA novel, but it does not seem like that could actually function or exist.
Oh, no, could it function? Yeah.
That's what I mean. By feasible is, would it work?
Well, listen, we could be one of the outliers. Maybe we don't get to be a part of that fun experiment.
My favorite part is you keep swishing your mic to your face, so now you're going to be super loud at random intervals at this podcast.
I'm sorry. The reason I do that is because my hands fidget. I need something in my hands. Right now I'm like playing with a bamboo coaster.
The fun thing about the like multiversal theory is that if there is a universe where the multiverse theory is true, then there is a universe where the multiverse theory is not, and it creates a paradox. But even still, I think that with technology that we have now and what people are working on, I think that it could be a thing that we figure out eventually, if there even are multiple universes. But regardless, would you want to live in this universes, I guess, because it's many?
I mean, you always know my answer is I like to live. So I would totally take the plunge. 18, I'd be like, me as a woman, please. Well,
No,
me, yeah.
That's too complicated to me. I'm good.
Should stress that. Me being born the woman I'm at, not what I'm at now.
I think I personally would. I think it would be interesting to have like a choice of universe. I don't know where I would necessarily choose to go.
Color me shocked from the man who wants to escape from their hometown. And escape's the right word, right?
It's definitely an escape dream.
I mean, yes. But yeah, I think it would be interesting to have like the option of being like, oh, I want to go to this universe, and then this is the universe that I go to and I stay at for the rest of my life. But yeah, I think it would be interesting, like an interesting little experiment. But regardless, thanks everyone for tuning into Multiversial and visiting this strange and dangerous worlds with us.
Special shout out to our sponsor tier Patreon, Nejikomu, and all of our paid subscribers for keeping us employed making free content like this podcast.
Big thanks to our Judge Deacon for picking our topic today. For all you listeners, be sure to check out fierceferrets.com for all the great stuff we make and links to all of our social media and Patreon to help support the show.
See you another time in another world, strangers.